Rain could stop at any time. Why does it have to be raining? Well, at least I knew I was going to be having this issue, so I'm prepared for it today. I've got a bunch of movies downloaded, I've got a bunch of food, and I actually brought some really good food with me tonight to try to cook. So we'll see how that goes. I've just been sitting in here without fishing all morning, and I knew that there was a possibility of rain, so I was ready. But I've been sitting in here for probably the last hour and a half as it's rained on and off, watching Netflix. I just watched the new Burt Kreischer comedy special on Netflix, and that was pretty hilarious. That dude is incredibly funny. But I'm just hanging out, not doing much of anything. I'm just hanging out, not doing a whole lot of anything. I'm gonna be stuck in here for the rest of the night, so luckily I've downloaded enough to watch. I think that's just dripping. For a second I thought it was hailing. I know that there's some in the area, but it's 49 degrees right now, according to weather.com. But the low tonight is 18. So it's gonna be cold tonight. It was like almost 60 degrees today, so that's a big difference. But it's 5:30 already, and I'm already in here. Already took my jeans off, put my sweatpants on. Have a little drinky poo. All right, y'all. Well, I'm gonna watch myself a movie on Netflix here. Just hang out for a little while. I'm not really hungry just quite yet. I had kind of a late lunch, and then we'll get to cooking supper. All right, y'all. Well, hopefully you can see me all right. Let me get supper going. So I decided to bring a quesadilla maker with me because I've got electricity, so why not? So I need to get this thing plugged in, I guess, because I know it takes a second to preheat. So that green light on the quesadilla maker here should turn off when it's ready. So to put in this thing, I've got a couple tortillas here, I've got a plate, and I've got some steak. So I grilled some steaks last night at home, and well, you can't really see it in here, but I've got steaks and I've got green peppers and red peppers. So I've got steak cut up in here. And this is something that I made last night. So the steak is already cooked. Just got to heat it all up. So I don't think there's anything else. Oh, cheese. Obviously I need cheese. So I've got some Colby Jack cheese with me. I do have this stuff. Hellman's dipping sauce. I'll give that stuff a try. Spicy dipping sauce, but then I also have sriracha with me, of course. We'll go ahead and put a little bit of cheese on there. Probably brought way more cheese than I needed to, honestly. Let's put some of this stuff on. I got these peppers today. Cut them up before I came out here. I'm gonna go ahead and use all the steak though. If I can get everything on there, I'm gonna get everything on there. That's going to be a big old hearty quesadilla. Quesadilla? What did I do with my lid? Got to make sure to not spill that. And then I'm going to put some more cheese on top of it. Here. Yeah, that's getting warm. Getting cheese on my bed. I got a little bit of cheese left. So it stopped raining out, but it did get incredibly windy, which I knew it was going to, but I didn't think it was going to be windy until tomorrow morning. And that light just went off, so it's ready. That's perfect timing. So we're going to go ahead and not burn ourselves here. Get this slid onto this without spilling all of it. And we're going to throw this one on top. Let that mush down. It's really big in there. And we'll probably give that like 4 minutes. I think 4 minutes will be good. So I usually don't go this crazy with the cooking, but I had the leftover steak. I knew that it was going to be rainy this afternoon, so I was probably going to be stuck in here for a while. I do have Mountain House meals with me that I usually eat these all the time. I've got a dinner and a breakfast with me, so I've got biscuits and gravy for in the morning again. But I figured I'd give this a shot. I'm trying to think of like some simpler stuff that I can do back here where I don't have to run my little propane stove. The single burner, I also have like a propane grill that I've ran back here. But obviously I think running this is a lot safer than a propane unit. And this is just plugged in directly to the campground power, so I don't have to worry about much, which is nice. I suppose I should have looked at the time. We'll give it 2 minutes from here probably. 3 to 5 minutes is probably good enough. Just need to melt the cheese, really, which it's probably doing a pretty good job of. But I figured I'd bring this along and give it a shot. I mean, it fits under the bed. It's all non-stick, so I've just got to wipe it out when I'm done. Throw the towel away. So it's probably going to be entirely too big for this, and I don't have anything to cut it with. Got a spoon, pocket knife. Oh, I've got a fillet knife. I'll have to cut it with my fillet knife. You guys can't tell, but the sun has really just went down. I can still see a little bit out there. It smells good. Oops, it's melting. It's melting out. I can hear it sizzling, which means it's probably good to go. Unless you want it really crispy. I don't need it really crispy. Just good and warm. I don't know if you guys can see on that camera, but I do have I brought my thermometer with me again. 61 in here right now. The heater is not plugged in because I'm running this. I do have this window cracked. This smells really good, guys. All right, we're gonna call that good. I'm sure it's plenty warm. Get that unplugged. I can smell those peppers too. Probably better just use this to get it off of there. Not going to be able to cut it on this paper plate either. I didn't think this went through very well. Don't want to cut it on that. I better just take it off. You hear that cheese sizzling? I probably should have left it on there and let it cool down a little bit. Let's move this thing out of the way here. Over here. Let's see if we can cut this up without screwing it up too much. It's not working too bad. As you can get through the edges, they're a little bit crispier. I know I'm spilling on my floor in here. That worked better. Okay. Well, good thing I have this one rag. Ching! All right. There we go. I know you guys can't really, well, you can see a piece of pepper out. You got some steak in there, look at that. I guess I can kind of peel this up and let you guys see that. Ooh, steamy. That looks good. Well, I made a mess on there. I guess we can give these guys a taste test here. Looks pretty good. That's amazing. Okay. Green pepper. Try a little bit with some, got it on me. A little bit of sriracha on there, give a little kick. Don't need a ton of that. Oh, I'm a messy eater. Honestly, I like eating a lot of stuff on tortillas. So that was a great idea to bring that with. I might honestly pack that more often than I do a regular grill. I've got that one burner, that, anything on tortillas, yeah. This is awesome. It's not often that I have leftover steak at home, but I did. I was trying to think of something else that I could cook back here that wouldn't require the propane, and this is a great idea. Cheese is all melted. Tortillas were crisp enough. I don't like the tortillas super crisp on a quesadilla. Cheese is melted, tortillas are crisp, and the vegetables are still crisp. They didn't cook so long that they got mushy. All right, let's try some of this Hellman's dipping sauce. Well, I'm already starting to break a sweat. I hope I'm not the only one that sweats from hot sauce. I like spicy food, but they make my face turn red for sure. I can't decide what that flavor is. Cool off in here, I'm getting hot. I can't decide what that flavor is. It's not what I was expecting at all. I mean, you can taste that it's got mayonnaise in it. I mean, it's a Hellman's mayonnaise based sauce. It's probably like mayo and some sort of ranch or something, I'm guessing. I guess it does say it's a new item up here. It's different. I think I'm going to stick with the little bit of sriracha here and there, even though it's already kicking my ass. Well, this is one of the best camping meals I've made myself in a long time. You know, I could have put the sriracha on there before I cooked it. I bet that would have been pretty good. Just drizzled some on. I guess minus onions, I would probably call this steak fajita, a steak fajita quesadilla. So what do you guys like to use your leftovers for if you have leftover steak? Do you make steak sandwiches? Do you just eat another steak, just heat it up or whatever? Is there something specific that you like to do? Because I've never done it like this, making quesadillas. Typically, if we have leftover steak, I'll use it for breakfast burritos, and you know, the next morning, I'm sweating and my nose is running. I make scrambled eggs, hash browns, and then you can just, once those are ready, you can pretty much just throw the steak on top. Basically, once the eggs are about fully cooked, I'll toss them in there and just let them heat up and let some of them, the juices that's left in the steak, go out into the eggs, and it's really good. But yeah, drop a comment down below if there's something interesting. If you've got an interesting, if you've got any good camping recipes that are like, I guess, or quesadilla recipes, but camping recipes that don't require a propane stove or a grill. Like, what's something else that you could make, you know, other than sandwiches or something that doesn't require heat? If you've got any interesting things that you like to make, let me know. Definitely raining out there now, and you can see that I have that window open up there. It's kind of one of the downsides, since the sides are slanted on these truck shell campers. You can't have the windows open, or everything will get wet. Your rails here will get wet. It'll blow right in. But on the front, at least on my truck, the topper actually slants forward a little bit. So you can leave that window open 99% of the time in a rainstorm and you won't get any water in here. So obviously it's not going to be able to blow in very easily. So that's kind of a nice feature if you haven't tried it. And there we go. I shoved that whole thing down. That was really good. Man, it's really starting to rain. That was really good. I would recommend that recipe. Really easy, just steak and green and red peppers. Obviously, you can put whatever you want in it. I chose not to do onions. I just wanted steak and peppers. That turned out amazing. I would definitely eat that again. I'll just fold that up. Got my trash bag here. Get this stuff put away. Quesadilla maker is cooled off plenty. Let's stick that back under this bed here. Get my heater plugged back in. Well, it's not bad right now. I'm sweating anyways. I guess I don't need my hat on. It's like rain on a tin roof, rain on a fiberglass roof. So, yeah, I'm gonna hang out for a little bit, watch a movie, call the wife, and then head to bed. Well, good morning, y'all. Ended up not even putting the Reflectix on the windows last night. And I was warm enough just fine with that heater back here. One of the advantages of that is I actually woke up. I usually don't set an alarm when I can't. And with that Reflectix on the windows, it gets so dark in here that I'll sleep till like 10 or 11. A little frosty on this side. Yeah, wind must have been coming from that direction. There's a little bit of snow on the ground. Yeah, there's a little bit of snow on the ground, but nothing crazy. I'm gonna get some water going though for coffee. Homies are texting me like, "Are you alive? It's freezing out there." What's the real feel temperature? Feels like 1 degree outside. So, you know, it's pretty cold out. I'm glad I had this heater, but I probably could have stayed warm. I'm glad I have the heater, but I probably could have stayed warm enough in that bag. Let's get some coffee rolling. It's hard to think it was 60 degrees yesterday. And now they're saying that it feels like it's 1 degree outside right now. The weather's nuts around here. I'm really not that hungry right now, but it's probably because I stayed up till like 1 in the morning eating all my snacks that I brought with. Random Brandon 69, I got the Rona. Does he really have the Rona? Or maybe this is just a...
You're sucked for a roll of toilet paper? This is a mess,
if you guys haven't watched Random Brandon 69, he has got some of the funniest content coming out right now, and it's some of the... It is some of the funniest shit I have ever seen. Shout out to Random Brandon 69. Murray and all those guys doing cool shit. It's plenty hot. Steamy water. I got that hot water. Ooh, 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 ooh. Oh! Well, I'm going to start with my little appetizer cup of coffee. Man, can't get rid of the boogers in my nose. I'm not going to pick it for you. Ain't no way in the Sam hell I'm stepping out of this truck right now. It's too damn cold out there. I need a cup holder back here. This thing, I filled it with foam. The lid with foam, expanding foam, so it's like lumpy on top. It's not level at all. So you can knock your cup off of there pretty easy. And that's what I usually use as my little table to hold this thing up and watch movies. I think what I'm going to do is, I've got my battery box here. I don't know if you guys can see that. That's plugged into the tablet right now, charging that. But other than that, I've got this, it's a really beat up plastic crate. In fact, it's actually broken. I think I might build just a really simple little wooden box and either do a flip up lid or a drawer on the front. And I can put my food and stuff in. Then I can also set this on top of it. I can use it as a little table over here and set my phone on there at night and my coffee if I'm laying in here in bed or something like that, because I don't have anything like that. So I might take care of that. Yeah, I probably should do that. It'll be really simple, and it would be nice to, I mean, even anything with a lid or a top on it would be nice to have, so I can kind of get more stuff out of the way. Doesn't take much to not have any room back here with the small size of your floor. You know, I'd have to say that this is probably one, even though it's cold this morning, this is probably one of the more comfortable times of year to camp, because you can warm yourself up. I guess in a truck camper like this, in the summer when it gets really hot, you don't have any air conditioning, so it's nice to be able to have a heater. You can really just kind of hang out in here for a while. I mean, it's 10:30 in the morning, so in the middle of the summer, it'd probably already be 70 degrees outside, easily 70, 80 degrees, and that's not a terrible temperature, but unless you have wind flow back here, it does get pretty warm. In the summer, I usually run a fan in the window, but yeah, it's you can stay a lot more comfortable when it's cold out and add more clothes and more heat than when it's warm out and try to cool this thing off. guys enjoyed the camp episode. The steak quesadilla was really good, man. If you guys have some leftover steak, I would recommend giving that a shot. I'll definitely be trying that again. It's like there's somebody here sleeping in their car. There's a bunch of empty tall boys sitting around it. Whatever. So, like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Things are still getting pretty crazy. They haven't called any type of like major quarantine yet, but I think it could happen anytime soon. Maybe by the time you're seeing this, we are all in quarantine here in the U.S., but we'll see. I'm gonna head out and do a little bit more adventuring this afternoon. I'm gonna go try to fish here, see if I can catch something, but that's gonna be about it for today. I guess make sure to stay tuned for the next adventure to see if I actually catch some fish, and I'm just gonna call that it for this one. If you have any questions or comments about truck camping or what I like to cook, drop them down below and let me know. And I guess stay tuned for the next adventure, guys. I'll see you in a bit.